All right, let's get into the things that we watched this week. I struggled this week, so.
I had some couple new things.
All right. I watched the Courtney and Travis wedding special on Hulu. I watched this while I was painfully hungover Saturday, and I just wanted to throw something on. I liked it. The tongue kiss at the altar of the beautiful Italian church wedding. Vegas, I get tongue kiss.
Yeah.
The aggressive tongue kiss at the altar of the Italian wedding. I didn't love. I didn't love that. You know, the Lord is watching, but
the Lord's watching always.
He is watching always, but especially in that moment at that altar with, you know, Mary's on her veil. It was aggressive, but that's them. They love a tongue kiss, and I don't even know what to rate this. Like, it was fine. I just feel like we saw it all before. I'll rate it I'll rate it a C+.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't awful.
Super average.
But it wasn't like the best thing I've ever seen.
Absolutely. As average as it gets.
All the clips were online, so it was like, we didn't see anything new.
Yeah.
The after movie I already talked about. That gets an A. I'm saving the rest of them for my plane ride.
Yeah. I know. It's funny because the video went up and the comments were like, oh, the first one's so good. They definitely do drop off a little bit. But I mean, that happens often with series like that. However, I forgot, and somebody, messaged me, and obviously there was 9 million comments about it too, that this was also Harry Styles fan fiction. And it's just, you kind of forget that's...
Wait, so the author who commented...
Yeah.
She wrote it as Harry Styles fan fiction?
As, like, the main guy based off Harry Styles.
But that was based off of fan fiction, and then she wrote it into movies, right?
Well, the books got adapted into movies.
The books was written based off of fan fiction that already existed.
No, the book is fan fiction. The books are fan fiction based off of Harry Harry Styles.
Anna Todd is the author. She commented the books are waiting for you on the TikTok, and so now I think I have to read the books,
because in that book, The Idea of You that we were talking about, that is also a Harry Styles fan fiction.
There's a lot of Harry Styles fan fictions out there. People love Harry Styles fan fiction. So that gets an A from me. Love is Blind reunion gets a C-. From me. We already talked about that as well. I'm not watching Beef anymore because I got very scared. In the 8th episode, something happened, and I don't want to spoil it for you if you're going to watch, or anybody else. But me and Marty literally jumped out of our seats, and we decided we could no longer watch this. And then we had to put on a very easy and light show after, because I got so scared. And then I texted Noah about it, and Noah was like, no, you have to keep watching. Like, that only pops up.
It's not a big part.
It's not a big part. But it scared me so much.
It's also like, I don't want to spoil it.
It was dark while we were watching. It was late at night, and I got very afraid. And so I said, no, I can't finish this show. So Beef won't be finished for me.
If you want to put a spoiler alert on it, I don't really care about this being spoiled.
It's just like a
if
creepy
you want to
look.
talk
I would
about
just say it's a creepy looking person.
There's a very creepy looking. I'm going to bring up a picture of it.
Or like a flashback.
It's not really a dream.
It's a flashback.
I'm going to try to find a picture.
My parents didn't like Beef either.
Neither did my parents. My parents shut it off. This was not the first time it popped up.
Oh, God.
That wasn't the first time it popped up, though.
It was, it's like a couple times.
It popped up in like a very scary, like outside the house, like this.
Oh, no.
So immediately, that was the first time, and it was a blip, and we were like, what the fuck was that? And then
I might have to make sure Joe doesn't watch that part. Yeah. He gets very scared.
Skip episode 8. I'm not even finishing the show, because honestly, I gotta be honest, wasn't that fucking good.
Yeah.
It really wasn't as good as everybody's making it seem.
Super fair.
Don't you feel like people...
Look, if I thought it was that good, I would have thought to finish more of it. I only watched 3 episodes, and I wasn't like, dying to finish this.
Don't you feel like people, like, it's like mob mentality, right? Like, if people just decide that this is going to be a good show, everybody's like, this is the greatest show ever, 100% Rotten Tomatoes. And then you, like, watch it, and you're like, it's fine, but is this the best show ever?
Yeah.
No. Like, people really, like, when they decide something is going to be the best, it's like, this is the best thing, and then you watch it and you're like let down because everyone's like, this is the best thing ever. That's how I felt about Beef, and I will not be continuing watching because that freaky witch that popped up and then was like face to face, couldn't do it. So
there's like a new movie that's coming out, scary movie. I don't know. I don't even know the name of it because I like close my eyes, but the commercial plays during all the sports that's on right now, and it's like actually terrifying. They shouldn't be allowed to put that on during like sporting events. Like, there's children watching basketball on a Tuesday night, and the commercial is terrifying.
There's children and there's full grown adults like us who don't want to see it.
Yes, absolutely terrifying.
Don't play those commercials. They shouldn't.
No.
Save that for like middle of the day.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
That was like when Nickelodeon when we were younger.
I might not even finish Beef.
Honestly, stand with me and don't finish this damn show. Because where did this witch come from? This show had nothing to do with witches. Yeah. This show had fucking nothing to do with that. Why is there a random witch in this show? That is so creepy. I thought I was watching The Watcher again.
Noah's saying it's kind of an irrelevant thing.
It's not irrelevant, but it's just like not the focus of the show. Like,
but it's like, why did it exist then?
Why
you gotta keep watching and find out.
I don't want to. Spoiler for me when this is done. I'm not, because I'm never going to finish this. So I'm not available. Grade not available for Beef because I'm not finishing.
Wait, you're not grading it?
No, it's too scary.
But just grade what you've watched.
I did last week.
The grade is too scary.
But you've watched since you've last
Yeah,
week.
and it went down fucking hill. Sometimes when I get in the zone of like hating on something, I can't stop myself, even though I don't even care that much.
In your mind, it was like an average show, and as you kept talking, it's just gotten worse.
It's gotten worse because
You're just mad
because
scared.
here's the thing. What?
You're just mad because you're scared.
I'm not mad because I'm scared. And also, you know what my sister said to me last week, Friday night? She was like, the way that you I said something to Noah about something. Oh, there's a hole in our apartment wall that Dana punched in before he moved out.
Yeah.
And so on Friday night when people were there, they were like, whose hole, like who did this? And I was like, Dana did it. And like my sister said that the way that I talk sometimes, she's like, you act like you're on a reality show with the way you talk. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Yeah. It means I say things with emphasis. But I get lost in like, I don't care about this show that much, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I rated it an A- last week or whatever.
You gave it a high grade.
I wish I gave it a B. I wish I gave it a B- because
keep talking, it's gonna get lower and lower. You know what? I wish I gave it a fucking C+.
Because really deserves a C. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, what you were saying last week, Fran, was so right that it's not that good. Like you know what I mean? Like I was just bored when I watched the first 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And so I was in the zone. And then the more I watched it, I was like, what is the fucking hype around this show? Why does this have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes? Tell me. Lay it out for me.
Sometimes things like, I feel like, and this goes to the Noahs of the world, and it's I would categorize it as like artsy, you know?
But there's plenty of things that are artsy that I don't like.
I know, but I'm saying like it's like it has that vibe where people are like, it's just the way it's made and is people just incredible.
And people
it's a well-made show, but I'm with the content of the show sometimes gets lost because it is very well acted and very well structured and shot very well, but you're kind of like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, and people get pretentious. They're like, well, you just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
No, I understood it. I understood it, but there's no reason this scary witch, has a place in this show.
Look, and maybe we're just simple beings that like shows that are gonna entertain us and that we want to binge, that seem unrealistic, and
at the end of the day, I don't like scary stuff. I don't like being scared. Swarm scared me, Beef scared me. And how about this?
I mean, Beef is also fairly unrealistic.
While we're here, let's talk about this. When we talked about Swarm, and I said that I never kept watching. How uncomfortable it made me.
That one
everyone was like, I bet you watched the Dahmer story with Evan Peters. No, I fucking didn't.
No, didn't watch
that
either.
I didn't watch it because it scares me. I don't like to put myself in the position of being scared. So no, I didn't watch the Jeffrey Dahmer show. And I think it's stupid that they make TV shows out of that.
Yeah.
There's no scary stuff. You don't like anything scary?
When I was younger, I went through a phase where I did. And I was not afraid of anything when I was younger. Like, I didn't even sleep in my parents' bed. They talk about that, how like my siblings like used to sleep in their bed when they were. I didn't do that. Oh, well, Michael Jackson. I was afraid of Michael Jackson. But because my brother was afraid of a lot of things.
But that's
that
movie.
He would then put on to me and be like, you have to be afraid of this.
I went through a scary movie phase for sure, but I haven't dabbled in that in a while.
One I remember when I was younger, me and my friends rented The Haunting of Connecticut. And we were like, ooh, like scary movie.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, things scare me way more.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in the dark.
Well, your friends would have sleepovers. We would watch like the fucking, oh God. What was it called? There's a few of them. Not Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity was a good one.
Yeah. Starts with a C.
The Conjuring.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never saw those.
Like,
saw that too.
There's a bunch of them that you would just watch. Now, I also think it's because I'm in a relationship with an absolute scaredy cat. He can do nothing scary. Like, not even remote. Like, even things that I'm like, that wasn't scary. He's like, turn it off.
I've noticed a lot of guys are more scared than girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? If you want me to grade Beef, I guess I will grade the rest of the episodes I watched, which was 6 through 8. I'm grading them a C-.
Did you guys like haunted?
An F. I'm grading them an F. What?
Do you like haunted houses or no?
No. When I was a kid and in high school to make out with boys, but besides that, no. I would not go in one now.
You made out inside of it, like where people would jump out at you?
Maybe a little bit.
I feel like that's even like I just try to get through as fast as possible. I'm not gonna try to stay in there.
There was the last haunted house
anywhere I could get my make
through,
out on in high school.
Couldn't do it outside of the haunted house.
Well, you know, maybe it's secretive in there. There's the last haunted house I went to, I was in 8th grade, and it was like one that was in somebody's backyard at a Halloween party, and it was like inflatable. Like a bouncy house, but it was massive, and there were people in there scaring you, and a bunch of my friends, we all went in together, and the way you got out of it was like you had to just like jump through like the bouncy house like netting, you know, hole, and somebody was chasing us, and we all tried to jump through like at the same time, and we all got stuck, and my friend got so scared she peed her pants. And so then we're all like scared, but also laughing because my friend's like, I peed. And we were like, no, because we're all squished together. We're like, you're peeing. Like,
that's a weird job if you think about it, being those guys who like are kind of like,
haven't been in one since.
You're just scaring children, and like
those kids were bullied, and then they became the people. They wanted to instill fear into people because people did that to them. That's my theory.
One of like the few things that. Well, that's not true. Now in hindsight, looking back, I'm like, oh, I didn't like it, but I'd watched a lot of the Ellen Show.
Ellen Tube was fucking awesome.
Fucking
Never have I ever.
Yeah,
with all the guests.
I know.
It was awesome.
The David Quaid, Dennis Quaid. Did I say
Quaid.
David Quaid? Dennis Quaid video. I'm Dennis Quaid with the earpiece. No, but he's the scare when she would scare her producer in the haunted house every year. It made me laugh. Every year was funny.
Yeah, you won't catch me in a haunted house ever again.
No, I probably
never again will you
do
catch
that
me in a
also.
haunted house.
I was in one 5-6 years ago with my
guys-
friends at Universal in LA. It was fun.
Do you guys know the SpongeBob?
They did the
you might know
Six
this.
Flags. They did the. You could go and get scared.
You know how
People
when they
running
do it
around
at
scare
amusement
you?
parks, they have like even when you're just walking around,
Yeah,
they just run up
They
to
have
you.
Night.
Fright Night. You don't remember this from SpongeBob? No, it won't. Marty, I'm scared. I literally say that all the time. If like a scary commercial comes on, it fits.
That definitely does fit.
All right, and then so Beef gets an F.
An F?
The more that we've gone
Can't
on,
go any lower. Started at an A-.
My parents watched 3 episodes. They stopped. Apparently, my mom got so sick of
we
it.
stopped at the same
My mom got
we stopped
so
at the
sick
same
of. She was so impatient. She said she had to stop.
Weird, because your dad and I usually see eye to eye.
Well, I think he
I was talking to him
Yeah,
last.
yeah. You guys were FaceTiming about that, but I think he was ready to keep going, and my mom, she got too impatient.
Yeah.
And then Vanderpump Rules.
Holy shit,
Man,
these episodes are getting wild.
so like I mentioned yesterday, not a lot going on. We didn't work. So what I did was I worked out, then I came home and just like cleaned, did a bunch of laundry, whatever.
Yeah.
But Vanderpump was playing all day, which they do on Wednesdays now, where they just play all the episodes. So I had it on the background, and I was like, I've seen these episodes 2 times already. Give it to me a 3rd time so I can inspect every fucking thing that has happened on this show. So then I led into, there's nothing better than like cooking and having a little cable television on in the background where you like popping your head out. I was making chicken cutlets. I literally felt like my mom. I was making chicken cutlets and like popping my head out to catch like some of the past episodes of Vanderpump Rules. Right. But then
all of a sudden you're like 45 with 3 kids.
And like you just see it like fast forward. But the never before seen footage played before the new episode last night, and I texted you and Kelly Martin, and I was like, and this was before it was clipped online, and I don't know how to clip things like that, and I don't have fast forward or rewind, so I sound like 80 years old.
Yeah, what?
I was watching on cable.
You absolutely
Wait, you don't have fast forward or rewind?
Honestly, I definitely do.
You like, but you have standard cable.
I know.
Is there any cable that doesn't let you do that these days?
No. And honestly, when I just was lazy and Kelly Martin was like, film it for me. I was like, I'm watching. I don't want to rewind right now. I couldn't believe my eyes.
I don't have that feature.
Yeah, I said, I can't fast forward or rewind.
My clicker doesn't do that.
Yeah. Honestly, Marty does it all the time for sports.
Yeah.
He is always rewinding to film.
You can rewind.
Anyways, I was watching the never before seen footage episode, and Ariana, Raquel, and Tom were in the hot tub at Sheena's wedding, and the 3 of them are posing together, and Ariana looks at the photos and goes, oh my God, we look like you could tell they're fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah, they were fucked up.
Alcohol, drugs, whatever it was, they're fucked up. As one is at a wedding. And Ariana looks at the pictures and goes, oh my God, we look like a throuple on a romantic getaway. And Tom like sticks his foot out, taps Raquel a little bit. The look they gave each other, absolutely sickening that they're literally sitting with Ariana posing together. The 3 of them are taking photos in a hot tub together. Ariana's naked, and the 3 of them are posing together.
This whole season,
insane.
Yeah, the whole season is turned into this like weird experiment now, because watching it back, knowing what we know, there's so many weird moves and hints and comments. It's crazy to me that was in the never before. Like, how do you not put that in the real episode?
Well, I think they probably had those episodes finished, and then they went back and they were like, oh my God, we have this. They probably thought the footage was meaningless, like whatever. Right. And then they go put it in, and then the new episode aired, and Allie mentioned to James that she saw Raquel and Sandoval dancing together at the Abbey.
1 a.m. at the Abbey.
Which we've been to.
Yeah.
With Sheena. And she saw them dancing together, and then Katie was at Ariana and Tom's house, and they were having a conversation, and they were talking about Raquel, and Katie was calling Raquel a whore and blah, blah, blah. And Katie said something to Tom like, you clearly like spending time with Raquel too. And Tom immediately shut it down, was like, honestly, what the fuck are you talking about, Katie? And got snippy. And
Ariana was defending Raquel.
Yeah, and Ariana was like, she's not a whore. Yeah. And then the clip of Raquel sitting in between the 2 Toms, and Lisa Vanderpump looks at Tom Sandoval and goes, why are you smiling so much? Why are you so happy about this? And then Tom had his hand on Raquel's shoulder. Are you okay? Oh my, and then she's like, I'm not a whore. And it's like, this is just an incredibly uncomfortable conversation that we are now watching back, because at the end of the day, if none of the Sandoval stuff came out, you'd be watching this going, like, you can't just call this girl a whore, like blah, blah. It's hard to watch back. Knowing now that she was hooking up with Sandoval,
totally
sitting in between Shorts and Tom, being like, how are these girls calling me names?
Totally. It's crazy, because if that really didn't happen, like the way the season is going, I think the general public would have really been like on her side.
Yes.
Like, I think people definitely would have been mad about the Schwartz kiss.
I think it would have been split.
But I think the way that the girls have all kind of teamed up against her, I think people would have had sympathy for her. And now you watch and you're just like, I don't really care that everybody's being so mean to her.
Exactly, because you're watching and you're like, no.
Well, she's just straight up lying to everybody. Like,
right, because you're watching and you're like, man, like, if the Sandoval stuff didn't happen, you'd be like, oh, they're like bullying this girl in Vegas with her lights. And
then you put the Garcelle's son situation into this, and she finds out that they're supposed to go on a date, but that he's actually not separated, and she makes this whole stink, and they're at this dinner, and she's like, I wouldn't have done this, like blah, blah, blah. It is so crazy to think she is sitting there talking about this / showing up at Lala's birthday and being like, I'm so sorry for what I said about you being a mistress. Like now, like laughing, like now I've been on the other side. Like that's something I would never do. And meanwhile, she's already kissed Sandoval.
She's already doing it. What I don't get with the Garcelle son thing is that he sat down with his mom and Lisa Vanderpump and was like, me and my wife were separated on camera. So like, were they separated and his wife just didn't want to let it go? Like,
no,
they weren't separated. Because I'm confused why he would be so openly telling his mom and Lisa Vanderpump on camera that he's separated.
I think in his mind he was separated. Like, I think in his mind he was like, well, we're separated. But I think he was also spending time at home with her. Like maybe they would occasionally hook up.
And so you think he was like telling her something different?
Yes, yeah.
But because I was like, if you're telling
I think she was like holding out hope that they were like going to make it work.
Because I was like, if you're telling your mom you're separated, like you're sitting down with your mom and Lisa Vanderpump on camera, I would assume you're separated. But I guess these people know no bounds.
Yeah, exactly.
And apparently they weren't. So the whole thing is wild. And
even like when Tom's like, Raquel. And Ariana's like, why are you saying her stop? Like you're being...
She was like, you're being so weird, Tom.
So many moments...
He was being weird. He's so being weird.
So being
like,
weird.
You can now tell how weird he's being.
Even the conversation with the two of them about the sperm, freezing the eggs.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't believe they're having these conversations. She's like, you have to do this. You're going for the, the sperm situation, everything. He's like going along with all of it, which is so wild. It's like I don't know. It's just crazy.
Insane.
And when you have every like move you make now on camera, everybody's going to calculate, analyze, and it seems so calculated, everything that he was doing. And now when Schwartz said it on Watch What Happens Live that it was like an open secret, we were like, what the fuck does that mean? But now I kind of understand what open secret means.
It's pretty clear. Like they were hiding in plain sight.
Yeah,
the three of them were hanging out together all the time.
Yeah. I also love Allie being the one to be like, yeah, she's like so cute. And she's just like, yeah, so, I was just, we were having a little girls' night and I told them all that I saw Raquel and Sandoval doing this. It was just like kind of planting the seed. And now they all kind of have an idea, but it still seemed like, and even Sheena was saying, she was on Watch What Happens Live, she was just like, I danced with Sandoval at that, like where it's like you don't really think it's anything, but now looking back, it's so much more.
And then Sheena had to clarify that she had to ask Brock about the rumors of Raquel and him hooking up. And then she asked Brock, and he obviously said no. And then she was like, well, did she try anything? Because I trust you, but I don't trust her.
Yeah.
Clearly. And he said that no, she didn't try, which I don't know.
Could we put anything past her?
I don't think we could put anything past her. And I think if Brock made the move, Raquel's doing it. Like, I think that's... Yeah, it is crazy and sickening to watch.
Fucking wild to watch these episodes.
I was watching with my jaw on the ground.
Yeah,
I was like,
I know. And now we're getting to the conversations where the seed has been planted. So it's like Katie at Lala's dinner, being like, you and Raquel, so now like people are bringing it up and talking about it. And the preview for next week did seem like they, it was like, oh, Raquel, they've got like some flirty situation, or Katie seems to think that maybe they have like an open relationship, and then we get into like this conversation about them having an open relationship.
I saw some people because remember Lala and Andy Cohen said there's a conversation that happens that is sickening.
Yeah,
I saw some people guessing that Ariana went to Raquel to be like, I think Tom's cheating on me, but it's Raquel.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But it's jaw dropping week to week. It's must watch television.
It is. It's like it is actually appointment TV.
You can't not watch it. It's crazy. It's crazy to watch the two of them.
They're so lucky that it is so wild to watch it unfold, because there's so many things where something crazy happens post filming, and it doesn't really, you can't really see it happening during the actual episodes, and you're just fucking dying for the reunion because you're like, I just want to hear what is being resolved on the reunion. I felt like that with Summer House. Like, I'm just like, all right, we're really dragging this along here. Like, just get me to the reunion and see what happens. You want to get to the reunion for Vanderpump, but the episodes are still so good that you're so hooked. And it's not like it doesn't feel like I'm getting super impatient about the reunion. Of course, everyone wants to see the reunion, but still the actual episodes are so good.
Because there's so much context in there. Like now that you know everything, everything's making sense. It's crazy. But so Vanderpump gets an A. Vanderpump's gonna get an A every week. Like it's appointment television, like you said. Oh my gosh, these weekly watch reports really take up a whole shebang on Friday. That's everything I watched.
There's just a lot to, there's a lot to dissect, especially with Vanderpump. I'll give Vanderpump an A as well. Just phenomenal TV. Real Housewives, I'll stick to Bravo for a second. Real Housewives of New Jersey has been great. These ladies they just crack me up. I won't talk too much about the episode, but this week there was a moment where Danielle, the new girls were fighting. Danielle called Rachel called Rachel a rat. And they're all in Ireland. They're sitting at like this beautiful table in this castle, like having breakfast. And they reveal that Danielle called Rachel a rat. And Dolores's face, nothing could have been worse than being called a rat. Like they're so, Dolores literally, Danielle called Rachel a rat. Dolores goes like this. Like hands to her face, like
Italians. It's the most insulting thing that you can be called as an Italian is a rat.
It's just
cunt is better than rat.
Oh my! I literally think she would have it was just such a great moment where she so authentically was like, it's good. I don't know. With the Teresa and Melissa stuff, I just feel like I always sway towards Melissa and Joe, and I know that there's personal bias there because we know them, but watching it all pan out, it just, some of the moves Teresa makes are just like so manipulative. Like the kids are just being brought into it way too much, and like all the other ladies say, kids are off limits, and they should be, but like they're in the van. Rachel says, "Oh, do your kids get along?" Melissa's kids, Teresa's kids. Teresa says, "Oh, they used to, but then Antonia didn't come to fucking Melania's Sweet 16." And Melissa's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me! Like you're gonna like blame Antonia for this? That she had a cheer competition, she couldn't go to Melania's Sweet 16? Like that is such a weird level to me." And so, but then like the Jennifer Aiden side is, she's like, Teresa's always still protecting them. Like Teresa knows this rumor about Melissa and she's keeping it in to protect them because she's such a good sister. Like, it's like, I can't. It's just.
And it's like, but you're talking about the rumor. So is she keeping it in? Because she was keeping it in, she'd keep it in.
Well, Teresa's not saying anything about the rumor yet. It's Jennifer Aiden who's the one that said it.
But she's telling people she has a rumor.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer and Teresa I think, heard the rumor together.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how it was told. And Teresa was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna say anything." But then Jennifer Aiden's the one saying it. But you're not telling me Teresa's like, "Jennifer, say it. Tell some people."
I'm not gonna say it, but if you do it, I can't
be the one to say it, but you can do it.
You
can do it. I 100% see that happening because now it's just it's very weird. It's like, oh man, but they used to be close, but then Antonia, it's like she's fucking 16, 17 years old. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and she had a cheer competition.
She had a fucking cheer. Melissa was like, she already missed one. She missed the next one. She's off the cheer team. Like, what do you want from me?
Bitch has a career to make.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's ridiculous, but great episodes. I'll give New Jersey a B+. It's been fun. It's been good to watch. I watched all of The Night Agent on Netflix. The full thing, binged it all. And this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about.
That was.
I liked it.
I heard that I should watch it.
I liked it. And you know what?
Scary.
It's not scary.
Not scary.
It's a thriller. You're on the edge of your seat. But it's one of those ones that is just like, obviously, it feels unbelievable. Like there's definitely a lot of plot. It gives like Outer Banks vibes where it's like a lot of plot holes and but it's very entertaining and it keeps you on the edge of your seat. You don't know what's happening next. You don't know who's in on it, who's out on it. FBI, government, CIA, everything, like attacks. And that's what I'm saying. Like that had me captivated. I watched it in 2 nights, like ran through it, finished the whole thing. I'll give that like it's a B. Like it was it wasn't phenomenal where you're like, oh my God, but God, it kept me captivated and I enjoyed it and I like it. There was a memory that was unlocked, not even a memory, you just forget like sounds that you hear, and his character is Peter, the main guy, and the girl is Rose, and the way he talks is kind of it's deep-ish, but there's so many moments when he's yelling, Rose, and it's literally Titanic. Like, it is the same inflection.
The amount of times.
It's the same, like, come on, when Leo's like, Rose, go. Like,
the amount of times he says Rose,
yes,
Rose.
It's the same. I like closed my eyes. I was like, oh my God, why just complete flashback of him. He's going, Rose, but it's like it's a little deeper, but same kind of vibe. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I think it kind of got like not a bad rep because it's literally been top 10 on Netflix for weeks now, and people really like it. I see it all over TikTok. But anytime there is like those FBI government shows, people are like, oh, this is so unrealistic. And it's like, yeah, that's the point. I don't want it to be realistic or else it'd be boring. Like, I do need to hear about... You don't hear about it in real life. Maybe it's happening, maybe it's not. But like, this plot is crazy. And
don't spoil it because I'm not
going to say anything because there's a lot of twists and turns. I went to go see Air in the movie theater, which was a lovely experience. Haven't been in the movie theater in quite some time. Great movie. Loved it. I'll give it a B+. Yeah, it was like an 89 out of 100 movie for me. I loved it. Thought it was funny. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck just have that chemistry. They just anything they do together is phenomenal. Jason Bateman was fantastic. I also really like I knew that this is how it was, but the movie is so about the shoe that you don't even like see anything to do with Michael Jordan.
I like how they didn't ever show his face because
exactly.
you could never...
Exactly. Like the movie, it wasn't about Michael Jordan. It was really like about the shoe and like like if they cast Michael Jordan and made him like a character, the movie would have really centered about like this guy playing Michael Jordan. But they didn't do that, which I thought was really good. And I really liked that. What else did I watch?
You guys watched Succession?
Oh, Succession.
Duh.
Oh, I'm gonna rate it a B this week.
This episode was I think we're coming off the high of the third episode was just so fucking good. I'll give this one a B+.
I'm gonna give it a B. Yeah. But the ending is very good. The ending of the episode leads the next episode to be amazing.
My friend made a funny point that she was like, how many guys do you think missed Shiv revealing that she was pregnant when she was on the phone, because guys are just like, they don't know what the fuck is being discussed on the phone. And because we were talking about our own boyfriends, and they were like, after they hung up the phone, everyone was like, the guys were like, wait, what? And I'm like, well, she's pregnant. She's going in for her 20. They said you have to go in for your 20-week scan.
Same thing happened.
And they were like, oh, I'm like, she was like, so many guys probably, like, if you're just watching with your boys, you probably
I was confused.
So same thing happened. I was like, oh my God, she's pregnant. And Marty was like, wait, what?
Yeah, he was like, when did she say that? Right there.
I thought they were telling her that she wasn't pregnant or something. Like, I was confused. No. Why was she like upset about being pregnant?
I mean, yes, she's getting divorced. She doesn't want a baby.
Yeah.
But she's having it.
Well, I mean, it's just as of right now.
Yeah.
That's what her doctor was saying. So.
I don't think she wanted kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now what happens, basically what is happening to them is exactly how they were treated as kids. Like, their mom didn't want, like, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. I said B+.
I said B.
Yeah. Did I watch anything else? I think that's pretty much it. I was really watching The Night Agent took up my week.
Not much this week. Well, did you guys watch Jury Duty or no?
I watched episode 5. I haven't watched 6 yet.
Yeah. I watched episodes 2 through 6. No. I'll give it a solid A-. Like, it's just very funny.
It is very funny. Episode 5.
And the more you...
Did you watch episode 5? No. You haven't watched it yet?
The more you...
I don't know if you're going to like the humor. Potty humor.
Oh.
Episode 5, it's a major potty humor.
Yeah.
I've come around a little bit.
It's so obvious that like the people from The Office made it. The more you think about it,
totally.
Like, my mom even said it's like seems like The Office. I'm like, well, it's yeah. Watch Barry episode 1 of this new season. I'll give it a B. I'm assuming it's gonna pick up. Succession B+.
I've heard
I agree.
Very dark.
It's very dark, but also very funny.
Yeah.
It's not very dark. I wouldn't say it's very dark. It's I mean, he's a hitman, so
yeah.
But it's very funny.
Yeah.
The Big Door Prize. I don't know why I'm still watching this, but it's just like I'm just watching it now. So episode 5, I'll give a C+. That's just a C show. That's it, I think.
Oh, I watched the first episode of Dave.
That's
all I watched.
I
only watched episode 1.
You feel my thoughts about it?
It's just yeah.
We get it.
I get it.
You have a weird dick and you're a rapper.
I completely understand where you're coming from now with that commentary. I
don't love it.
I mean, maybe it'll change. I did hear like better things about the next couple episodes than the first one. But the first one, I was just like, I feel like we have already seen many versions of this episode.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I would give that like a C-, the first episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Those are the things we watched this week.